That's awesome. And when you have your roster of content creators and gamers for Vengeful Gaming, do you have an idea of the games that they need to be playing? Do you care? Are you looking for just competitive players? What? Yeah, tell me a
I'm
little
looking
bit
for a
about
mix
that.
of both. Ideally, you kind of want a content creator and a competitive player, in my opinion. I think that's just a great combination. And I think it sets them up a foundation where I think I think being a competitive player is great, but it kind of limits them where the only way they're ever going to make money or really get a fan base is if they're just so elite that
Mhm.
they're hard to go unnoticed, you know? Where
Yeah.
if you're a content creator, you just have a whole other fan base that just likes you and likes watching you play video games. And that's your YouTube content. That's your, your TikTok content. And that's, I think that streams some money, even if it's small at first, that a lot of gamers miss out on. So I do encourage content creating, even if you only want to do comp, just because if you really want to do this, you need to start setting that business foundation early.
Yeah, and as there are more like content creators coming out, like you said, just being a competitive player isn't, doesn't bring in a lot of money and doesn't give you that large fan base that being a content creator adds on. So, what would you recommend to content creators who are starting out, like how to set themselves apart to be unique? Because there are so many, like in the sea of content creators today, how do you recommend people in vengeful gaming to sort of stand out?
Yeah, it's a broad question because I think each individual has a different answer. You know what I mean? I think it really about kind of knowing yourself, watching your content. I have some people who aren't, the best Warzone players,
Right.
but they have the funniest reactions. They're entertaining,
Mhm.
and that's their key. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not watching their stream because they're squad wiping like Symphony. It's because
Right.
they got sniped and they screamed, and it kind of like a XQC. It's just hilarious to watch. So I
Yeah.
think it's about, identifying what makes or identifying the best parts about you traits wise. And then from a business point of view, I would say not just making, gaming clips, make reaction clips, make, game class clips. I mean, honestly, there's so much you can really do, but you just got to take the time to kind of sit down and really do it. And it's time consuming. It's a lot. And
Right.
you don't see a return for a long time.
Mhm.
So it's tough to get started, but I think once you get someone kind of consistently doing, it's just natural then.